Without further ado, man, let's get it. Welcome to another episode of Interviews with the Foreign Magazine, where we go beyond the surface, man, into the thoughts, ideas, and perspectives of each guest that we sit down with. And today, we got a special guest, man. We got SaksFifth, Sammy in the building. What's going on, my guy? How you feeling?
I can't call him, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thugging, trying to make it live one day at another, man.
100, man. Definitely, bro, like, been paying attention to what you've been doing. You know what I mean? So I feel like with artists, right? Entrepreneurs, hustlers. Yeah. I feel like, man, it's one thing to see a person on social media, you know, listen to a person's music. But what we like to do, man, is we like to connect the people to the music. You get what I'm saying? Definitely. So that you can understand exactly who you supporting. You know what I mean? Right. That's our hopes to do that today, man. So we're going to jump straight into it, man. We going straight to P-Rock, man. You feel me? We going straight to the trenches, man. Somebody that, you know, of course you at where you at right now. Right. Even when you think about your name, you know, SaksFifth. I'm going to just start there. Why the name?
Well, the name came from, you know what I'm saying, I always been into fashion and shit, and then, so that was where the SaksFifth come from, and then Sammy, my mama, I never knew my pop, so my mama said my daddy name was Samuel or Sam or whatever, so whatever, I just kind of like put it together like SaksFifth. You know how people be like, $1 Million Melly or some, yeah. You know what I'm saying? SSS, you know what I'm saying? SaksFifth, Sammy.
For sure. So even when you say you didn't know your pops, but to still feel the need to take what your mom's, you know, said. Yeah, his name.
So basically it wasn't really I needed to take his name. I was just kind of like basically playing with some shit, and then that kind of stuck to me. So then I'm like, okay, I can rock with that. You know what I'm saying?
100.
Like that was, and that's like kind of like my alias, like my AKA. You know, I go by Matt Boy Dello. That's my rap name. But AKA SaksFifth Sammy. Like people call me Sammy and all that shit, or they call me Dello. Like I got a couple names, but like Dello, that come from like the hood, like Plymouth and shit.
Man, talk about being raised on Plymouth, man. You know. Man, I heard it wasn't always easy for you, bro.
It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? My nigga Bud can vouch for me. I stayed in like a 1-bedroom apartment with me, my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Me, my 2 brothers, my mama, her boyfriend, and that bitch thugging, you know what I'm saying? I was scared to let hoes know where I stay, all type of shit. Like I was, you know what I'm saying? I came from the gutter, but you know, like I wanted to get out of that shit. So.
What area on Plymouth, if you can?
That motherfucker sat right there on Plymouth and Littlefield, like right smack dab. You ride past, you gonna see the apartment building. That motherfucker. It still look the same though. It still look the same.
Well, when you think about them early times, as you just talked about, you know, living in the apartments with all of y'all, you know what I mean, and not even wanting to tell, you know, your girl or females where you stay at. What was like some of the like most difficult times and experiences, like some of the things you saw early on that kind of, you know, we call it trauma now, but yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Shit, I mean, it goes like if you listen to my songs, like I put a little bit in the songs, like when I used to play with Vine toys and shit. Like Vine, that's my brother, you know, like my main mans and shit, and he stayed like right across the field from me and shit. Like Christmas time, I used to go play with his shit. Like we ain't have it like that, so I used to go play with this nigga toys, and you know what I'm saying, just be doing family shit with him, because my family, they wasn't on that. Like my family, they, you know, a little bit, you know, separated. So, you know, I had my mama, but she, you know, she was older and shit. You know, God rest her soul. Now she passed away last year.
Condolences.
Thank you. But yeah, she was pretty much, you know, like I'm the youngest, so she raised a lot of kids. She raised 6 of us all together. So when it got to me, she was like, look, I'm tired, whatever, you can do what you want to do. You know, I was staying out late. She didn't give a fuck as long as I came in the house, you know, as long as I was safe. So
for sure.
I feel like that was her way of showing me, like, okay, you know, I love you, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got a lot, but, you know, I'm gonna let you do what you need to do, you know.
And that gotta be, I ain't gonna lie, man, as a youngin', to have that type of freedom, that's what we all wish for.
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
me?
Like my mama, I ain't gonna lie, she was cool. Like she was, the people that I did let in there, like the women, the fellas, like she let them in, you know, you chill, watch TV or whatever the case may be. But I know I didn't want to be there because I'm like, you know, it's not really a big area, you know, like it was a living room, then you had a kitchen, then you had a bathroom, then you had a bedroom and shit. We was sleeping on the floor, or if somebody wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So, you know, I came a long way because, you know, I mean, that kind of motivated me, you know, like right now I stay in the house, I feel like it's too big for me. I just stay there myself, but I got all the space, you know, because I don't know, I guess that was like a trauma. Like I ain't really had my own room as a kid. So.
At what point did it like click for you, talking about just locking in financially, you know what I mean, to even had that hustle in you? Because just because you've been through something, not to cut you off, but just because you experienced something, that doesn't necessarily equate to you being a hustler and actually being able to get it, stack it, keep it, you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like you can do one or two things. You can, it can make you or break you. Like you can become that, like, okay, this is what I'm used to, and fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna never amount to shit because my people ain't never amount to shit. Or you could be like, look, I ain't dealing with that shit. Like I'm looking at motherfuckers on TV, I'm looking at Cash Money and all them. I'm like, shit, you know? Shit, I wanna be like these niggas. These niggas got the icy chains and the watches and shit. I'm like, shit, that's what I need to do to get that, you know? So I'm like, shit, I feel like that motivated me too. And then when I went to high school and shit, I'm just seeing motherfuckers just, you know, on my knees and all that. I still wasn't there then, you know what I'm saying? Like I was still normal and shit, you know. I went to Mackenzie and shit, and Peasy was there, them niggas was all snotting and shit. I'm like, man, goddamn, you know. Like, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Give me the game,
like,
coach.
You feel me? So it didn't really hit me to when I got out of high school. Well, I had a daughter in high school. Yeah, and that kind of motivated me too because, you know, I'm like, damn, okay, I can't be bullshitting.
What grade, if I may ask?
Shit, it was 12th.
Oh.
Yeah, 12th grade.
And what kind of pressure did that put on you?
It accepted me. Like, I had to be like, jump off the porch quick as hell, you know? Like, my mama, she wasn't there financially for me to, you know what I'm saying, help me with shit. So it was like, how you gonna take care of this little girl, you know? Her peoples, they wasn't like financially there either. So it was like, shit, y'all gotta figure it out. So, you know, I started getting jobs and figuring shit out.
For sure.
But after I had my little boy, I'm like, I couldn't really, like, my longest job was like a year. I was work a job for like 6 months for holiday season, bills and shit, stop, you know what I'm saying? And work another job, stop, type shit. So I'm like, man, I gotta figure something out because I ain't, you know, I'm not with this job shit. I don't know.
What was the worst thing about working a job for you?
The worst thing, I don't know, just being on somebody's time. Like, you know, like I'm a person, like, if I'm lazy, like, I am lazy. So if I go to sleep, I wake up, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to rush to do some shit. Like, I do it on my own time. But that kind of teach me, like, all right, nigga, if you don't do it, that's your ass. You know, that's why, like, I jumped into the entrepreneurship because it's like, if you don't do it, that's on you. It shows, like, your money, everything. Like, it shows, like, okay. But if you know, all right, get your ass up, do what you got to do. You know, so
100%.
That's pretty much.
Nah, I got to, man. You feel me? Cause I'm a stag too. You feel me? You know, talk a little bit about Mackenzie, man, and like just them days, man, them high school memories, man.
Well,
like,
I went to Mackenzie and I went to Cody. So it was like I went to Mackenzie one semester, then transferred to Cody, then transferred back to Mackenzie. Like I was like pretty much bouncing back and forth until I got kicked out of public schools, and then I had to go to like doing alternative schools. So then I went to West Side and shit.
Yeah, same. That's crazy. Literally same journey,
you know,
bro. That's crazy, dog.
Type shit.
Straight up, Mackenzie. For me, I went to Mackenzie. Moved with my pops. Went to Denby. Mackenzie was closed, I think, You feel me? And then I ended up having to go to Cody. Couldn't do what I need to do there.
Right, exactly. On some bullshit.
For real, yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, I ain't had the credits to graduate, so I didn't graduate. So I'm like, shit, fuck it. I'm about to just try to, maneuver around the streets and shit. I tried to like sell drugs, but drugs wasn't like a thing where I was good at. I ain't gonna lie, but jugging, when I got introduced to jugging, my nigga Snacks, he introduced me to that shit, and I took off with that. I ain't gonna lie, I took off.
Do you feel like that's oversaturated though? Like it's like just everybody want to do that? Like
now, yes, now it is, but back then it wasn't like everybody was doing it, and then now they got like shit where they can show you methods and all that shit. Back then it wasn't. It was just like trial and error. But then like a lot of niggas knew what the nigga, like I said, Snacks, he knew what the fuck he was doing, and then he basically told me like, what I'm saying, I can, you do this with this bank, and then shit that you can pull out like 5,000-6,000. I'm like, I'm thinking this nigga lying, like, what I'm saying, like what the fuck are you talking about? And one day I was late on my rent, and then shit, I had 2 bank accounts. I think it was a Key Bank and it was a Fifth Third. So I ain't gonna say the whole thing, but shit, I did what the fuck he said. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so I was a product of my environment. So like, I knew a lot of fucked up people, like a lot of broke people. So all it took was for me to do it and me to show them like, look, it worked. All right, they was, all right, game point, like, so I had, as soon as I did it, I had motherfuckers lined up, and I was like, going, opening up shit for them, all type of shit. I ain't gonna,
no, for sure. Let's just say everything panned out well.
Yeah, just say everything.
And now we great businessman, you feel me?
Yes, and I transferred that into entrepreneurship. So I say around 2020, 2021, that's when I started my car rental business.
Was the music a thing before then? Like, it's music?
Nah, that's the thing. So I was rapping in 2009, 2010. Like, Lodge Boys dropped, all that. I ain't got features with them, all that. Like, but I stopped because, like I said, I wasn't financially there, and all the beats and all that shit, I'm getting beats. I met Helluva back then, like, I've been rapping on Helluva beats before, like T and all that shit. So, and then his shit, just imagine how much it is now, but even back then his shit was like $800-900, you know what I'm saying?
He was the top producer then.
Right. like he made shit for Blade Icewood and all that shit. So me and my man Twine, we coming to him like, like we need some shit. So he producing shit, he hopped on shit for me and all that stuff. But I'm like, all right, this shit costing. So, and then my daughter came, and then I'm like, all right, my baby mama on me about bills. So I'm like, shit, I gotta stop. So I kind of cut it off in like, I say probably around 2012.
And then pick back up.
And then, so that's the thing. I didn't pick back up until like a long ass time, like, I say, shit, just recently, like 2 years, like a year or two ago, like I just picked that shit back up. Like I stopped, and then what made me pick it back up, like I always loved music. I watched everything. Like I love music. But what made me pick it back up, my man's challenged me like, yeah, nigga, I remember when you used to rap, you can't even do that shit no more. And I thought I couldn't. I'm like, damn. So then I'm like, all right, I'm about to play around with an EP. So I had cooked up an EP. It's called Still Got It. You know what I'm saying? So when I put that motherfucker out, motherfuckers like, oh, you still
got it. Yeah.
Right, you still go with that shit. So I'm like, all right, I still, And then nowadays it's like, it wasn't like, nobody was really getting on back then. You had Dope Boys, but they wasn't really like getting no big exposure or nothing like to, the industry and shit. So everybody was, just playing around type shit. But then now it's like, shit, you really can put some shit out on the internet and make that shit circle around. So it's like, when I did that, I was surprised at the results. Like, damn, like, this motherfuckers out here really fuck with me. People like inbox me, hey bro, I'm in Cali, I'm fucking with your shit. And I'm like, damn, like, I ain't never had nobody listen to me in California, like,
That's hard.
Yeah, so Still Got It came out, and it just made me be like, all right, I'm gonna put some more shit out because I ain't expected to do as good as it was.
Absolutely. And so like even now, you know, like even with your style and the way that you, like I was just listening to the record that you got like off of that Webby sample, you know what I mean? And just how you able to still keep the you know, the production of like where it's relatable to the youth, but you also not the traditional rapper, that's Detroit rapper, I should say. Like you actually flow, like you actually rap.
Yeah, because I'm from that era to where motherfuckers had to rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't getting on no dance type. Well, you was. It was like Soulja Boy and shit. But like, if you was from the city, you wasn't getting on with just, you know, some little bullshit. You had to really spit. So
we remember even the Wines, you know, that's real raps.
You know?
You remember when Skrill was out? Like that's
crazy. You mentioned Wine. That nigga, he had reached out to me like, yeah, you sweet, and he had like reposted my shit, and I was just like, damn, you know, Wine, KD's, he did it too. I'm like, damn, you know, like that's what's up. Like these motherfuckers that I looked up to, they give me recognition and shit. That's crazy.
So like even with your new music, you know, talk a little bit about your new music, new releases and stuff like that.
So I got my latest tape is called The Coldest Out, and I basically cooked that up a little bit after. Still got it, just, you know, on some follow-up type shit, like trying to keep on dishing shit out. Going. And it did really good, you know. I'm really 1/3 member of Map Boy. Map stand for Money Ain't a Problem. And we started that group when we was young, you know. It was three of us. One of the guys, he had ended up, I don't know, just doing his own thing or whatever. I don't speak to him no more. But me and Twine, we still basically speak with each other and shit. So then we was like, we never came out with a group project. So now that's what we're working on, you know. It's called Boys to Men. So it'll be coming out probably like around March, you know. So that's that project. So I'm really looking forward to that. And, you know, a couple singles and stuff I released, shit like that.
But you got one specific record though, man, that you pushing that's a little controversy. You feel me? Talk a little bit about that record, man, and the reasoning for, you know, putting that one together, if you don't mind.
So I was dealing with this girl, and she was like a makeup artist or whatever, and we end up splitting up. But the whole thing was, it was just like she kind of like made herself seem like something that she wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And she just was, I don't know, like she was evil. Like I was talking to her about my baby mama, like, you know, like I don't really deal with shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But she kind of like had it on tuck, and then like once we broke up, it kind of like came, well, not before we broke up. I was just trying to like, I was missing signs. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know if I was just avoiding or I'm just used to shit. You know how you be used to, you be all right, every girl do that.
For sure.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta pay attention to shit like that. And then, so, you know, I felt some type of way. So then I just wrote it down, and then it just turned out to be, you know, a nice little thing, you know. But like, I just kind of wanted to tell her about the situation and just like tell her like, you know, chill out, cause you know it ain't even all that deep.
And that's always the best too. And I think like that's what make like artistry. Right. The fact that you even, you know, even open to answer the question that I'm asking. You get what I'm saying? And you know, it's a testament to, you know, your artistry, man. I remember where it was real life situations going on, and we rapped about it. Right. You sung about it.
Exactly.
You know, now the music is so much in the box that you could pretty much anticipate
what's about to go on.
Party, know what you about to get.
I was really making content too, but I just wanted to give somebody, you know, some different shit. My man, he called me like, bro, you talking too much on that bitch. Cause the first, like I made a part 2, I made 2 parts. So like the first song like 4 minutes, then the next one like 3. Like, bro, you speaking too much, you talking too much about it. Everybody gonna make it seem like, bro, I was mad, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was mad. So shit, you know, I wrote it down. You know, like, so if I sound mad, I was mad because shit, motherfucker came around and was acting like they was one thing and they wasn't. And you know, just she was talking down about all the people that she knew, all that shit, and then she was married, and then she lied and said she was getting, well, she did get a divorce, but she was married, and then she when she got a divorce, she ended up going back to the nigga because the nigga was just being a simp. Like, the nigga was just like, you know, I said it on the song, like, he was just every day like calling and shit, but then it's like he knew he was gonna get his bitch back because he like, this is what they go, you know, like, somebody told me like, this is what they go through. So I'm like, oh shit, I ain't know that neither. She made it seem like, oh, okay, you know, I'm done with that situation type shit. And then it was just like, she just was, I don't mind nobody thinking highly of themselves, but don't bring that shit over here. You know, like,
sure.
You could think highly of yourself, and I like that you have confidence in yourself, but don't push that on me. Like, I'm not a fan of yours. I'm your nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you feel me? I know you probably been
real.
with somebody like, I'm not your fan, I'm your man.
Real
You know
talk.
what I'm saying? And then
Damn,
she
that's
was
a
just,
bar. I ain't your fan. I'm your
you feel me?
man.
Like,
Damn.
Cause
Yeah,
it was
you
like,
gonna have to, so when you name that song that, you feel me? Give me my little percentages of some shit. It's like, nah.
you feel me? Because it was making it seem like that. And then she was like, oh, like, just asking questions like, is we in competition? Like, why would I be in competition with you? I don't want to help her get her little rental shit off the ground and all that. And she didn't pass that off to her ex and shit.
Crazy.
So
work.
I'm like, damn, but, you know, like I tell people, I ain't the first motherfucker to do the rental car shit. I ain't the last, you know, but it's
And on
glad
top of
that
that, I mean, hey, listen, man, if another man is willing to take on something that I helped produce, goddammit,
look,
hey,
that nigga
just
is
make
a
me
big ass simp. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm sending this nigga some messages, like pictures, videos of what the fuck was going on. That nigga just looking at it. He like,
wow. So even with you, just to pivot in terms of, if you can talk briefly about you know, your rental car business and
my rental. Well, like I said, I started in 2020. I was on Toro. You already know 2020, around that time, that was the pandemic and shit. That was probably the most money I made, like, just on some one time type shit. And I made it, and I saved it, and I put it in a vault, and then I just let it sit right there, because I'm like, I don't know what to do, you know, I don't know what to do with it, but I know I'm not about to blow it.
For
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? So I had like, I know I'm bullshit you not, like 120 in the vault, and I'm thinking like, damn, what the fuck should I do? First thing I did was I bought a crib. It was in East Point, but I was staying there and shit. So I'm like, should I rent this bitch out and get another crib? I don't know. But with the crib shit, I'm like, it was kind of like, in order to do that shit, you kind of gotta have like 5, 6, like you know, it's abundance of them. You gotta have a whole bunch of them to get
really
a nice
get a
return.
yeah.
So I was just on YouTube, and I was looking at this guy, and he was like, you know, you should, basically, this is what I make off my Toro business. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of motivated me to go buy a car. But the first car I went and bought, because he was like, look up basically what cars doing what or whatever. So I looked up the car in my field that was like in my area that was doing, it was Toyota and shit. So I went to the Toyota dealership, paid like $25,000 for like a Toyota Corolla and shit, and I put that bitch on the fleet. I put it on there and shit. I got a week rental like within a couple hours. So I'm like, damn, this shit really worked.
Damn.
So I just repeated that shit. But then the next car I bought a Jeep off the lot. But then now this shit eating away at my money. So I'm already at like, that Jeep was 49, that one was 25. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm already a little bit in. Like, okay, so then I started doing like used cars, but like not fucked up cars. But you know, just you know, like
can get around where it ain't.
Well, I did that and shit. The rest is history. Shit, I've been doing this shit ever since. You know, like
that's dope, man. That's dope, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's always good to see, you know, young black hustlers, man, that really got it out, especially like in your circumstance where, you know, a person that could be watching this, you know, may be in a dark place, you know, maybe a youngin' that may be, you know, less fortunate, but to know that you still got an opportunity. All it takes is a little determination and willpower. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I say it's two things. You either got the money or you got the credit. Fortunately, I had the money, but if you don't got the money, you know, go get your credit right. You could do the same shit, you
Real
know,
talk.
like they just get your credit right, same shit. But just think of what, you know, what you gonna do and then be dedicated and then shit is gonna play out. You gonna take, it's ups and downs to this shit. I done take losses. People done rented out my cars, crashed them, and they ain't even a month old, you know. But, you know, I know that's what comes with the shit, so I ain't
100%.
tripping on it. You know, I'm still gonna, you know, elevate
going.
for
Yeah,
real.
for sure.
You know.
2025, man, we already in there, you feel me? Music, business, just everything, man. Let the people know, man, what you got coming up for the rest of the year.
Well, like I said, I got the group project, the Boys to Men, that should be coming out next month. You know, that nigga Payroll on there, RMC Mike on there, couple more motherfuckers.
You wanna
I
got
think
some
Crispy
features,
Life.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
Type shit.
I like working with motherfuckers. You know, I pay a motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. I'm not shy to pay a motherfucker because I like working with motherfuckers.
sure.
If I had enough money, shit, I'd go pay Lil Wayne. Like,
Real
cause
talk.
I just like doing that shit.
Yeah.
I like, damn, I'm on a song with Lil Wayne.
Real
You know,
talk,
like,
real talk. It's like
I like music.
We was just talking about that too, man. Like that's at the end of like in the NBA, like how many All-Star games you been with?
Right.
It been to. Same thing. How many features you got with who? Like
Yeah.
all of that is on your resume.
Exactly.
You get what I'm
Like,
saying?
yeah, motherfuckers be like, oh, I don't want to pay you. I'm like, look, man, shit, I give them that little
Real
money,
talk.
man. Like, you better go hard because I'm going to snap on your ass.
Straight
You know what I'm
up.
saying?
Real talk, real
so,
talk.
shit, yeah, like,
Yeah.
I fuck with that. And then, I recently got back into the real estate thing, so I'm going to be buying some more houses and shit like that. But other than that, yeah, just whatever comes my way, you know, I'm always a business person. I hear people business plans out, you know, I invest in a little bit in this and that, you know,
sure.
but all legit now, you know, all that stuff
100%.
past me. You know,
100%, man.
I rap about jugging, but I don't do it no more. I used to though.
Yeah, no, 100, man.
Yeah.
Well, definitely, bro. Like, you know, I definitely appreciate you pulling up, man. This can't be the last, man. I might have you on again, just on some special guest stuff.
Yeah,
and might
definitely.
just ask you some different questions about finances.
Yeah, of course.
I feel like if we was to have another conversation, I would like to like just talk more about, you know, finances, business.
Yeah.
Get a youngin some stacking tips.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like, and
Stuff
I
like
do that shit, you know, I do that shit off the love. I ain't gotta be no classes or nothing like that. Like,
sure.
excuse me, motherfuckers hit me up and be like, you know, hey, how did you do this? You know, I tell them, like, I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to win. I be telling my friends that, like, anytime I put a nigga on the play or anytime, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want to be the only person. It's lonely at the top, you know?
Man.
It's lonely at the top. Like, I can't call a nigga like, hey, let's go to Miami tomorrow. The motherfuckers be like, nigga, you know, I ain't got it, or nigga, you know, I work.
Facts.
You know, so,
Facts.
shit, like, that's
Facts.
how I am, for sure.
Any last thing that you want to say to your fans, supporters, new listeners? Now's the time to talk to
New
them.
listeners, man, just give me a try. You know how motherfuckers be skeptical on new artists. Like, I don't know. You know, just listen to me. I know you're going to like, at least like, shit, if I got 100 songs, you going to at least like 78 of them motherfuckers.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
like, shit, I ain't no weak rapper, so. And I'm a lyricist, so a lot of people really don't like lyricists like that no more. But, you know, I kind of mix a little bit. Like, I'm a boom bapper and then, you know,
For sure.
throw a little Detroit in.
For sure. With that being said, man, again, man, definitely appreciate you for pulling up, man. Until next time, let the people know where to follow you at on social media.
Instagram, you got SaksFifth_Sammy. Facebook is my regular name, DeLeon Coleman. Those the two main ones. I think, TikTok, I think is Mapboy_Dello with 2 A's. So MAAPBOY_DELLO.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what it is, man. The Forum Magazine, Pulse of the Culture.
Yes, sir.
SaksFifth Sammy, a.k.a. Mapboy Dello.
All that,
All
you
of
know
that.
what I'm
And
saying?
some,
You
man.
know,
Make sure
yeah.
y'all tap in, man. It's on the flow. Pulse of the Culture. Let's get it.